Hi guys, this is Niro. Welcome to the channel. Today I'll show you how to use all the Kia safety features that's available on the modern Kia vehicles. As always, if you're on YouTube, you can find all the timestamps down below for you to skip forward in this video. If you find this video helpful, please subscribe and like to support this small channel. I'll turn the camera around, let's get started. Alright, I'll show you two ways to get in the system. First way is on your main screen, you need to find the settings menu, click settings, go to vehicle, and then you find the driving assistance. You can type whatever the setting you want to change, then it will go to each settings for you to set up. Alternatively, if you have this digital dashboard, you just need to click the menu button and then find your adaptive cruise control or safety technology system. Under the system, you can hold OK for the settings. Let's go back to home screen from here. I'm going to hold OK, this arrow button over here. There we go. That jumps directly to the driving assistance screen. So that's two ways to change the settings on this particular display. In some other vehicles, if you do not have this go-through panel, you have a smaller screen with manual aircon, things like that. You may have a lower spec, basic spec. You need to go into the settings and go to some other settings over here to change your speed settings or cruise control settings, things like that. But in this instance, for a lot of medium to high spec, you're going to change everything in the center screen. And under the setting menu, you can click whichever the icon or screen you wish to go for. Don't worry if you click the wrong one, because if you click this, you can see all the information on the left anyway. First thing, driving convenience. We have the smart cruise control equipped on this vehicle. Smart cruise control, you can call it radar cruise control, adaptive cruise control, whatever. This is just the Kia's way to name it. Click the smart cruise control, you can change a few things. I will explain this by explaining how to work on the cruise control first. So this example is the Kia Niro 8 Hybrid in New Zealand version. So we're at right-hand drive and the control is on the left part of the steering. For some vehicles, you may have left-hand drive, or some vehicles, you may have the panel on the right. Doesn't matter, the function will be very, very similar. On this particular vehicle, to engage the cruise control or smart cruise control, all you need to do is to tap this cruise control button. Once you tap the cruise control button, it's going to show your cruise control on the top with a particular speedo. In this instance, because we have the heads-up display, it's going to show on the heads-up display as well. Once you press this button, that means the cruise control is engaged. It will show green light on the top. That means it's going to drive on adaptive cruise control. You can also change this menu to particular cruise control screen or safety technology screen. It will show all your information here. This vehicle is the vehicle we are driving right now. Then once you see another vehicle or the vehicle sensor sees another vehicle, it's going to show another vehicle in front of you. After you set in the cruise control, this is the control button. You can change your speed. Let's say we are driving at 50. Clicking cruise control means it's going to set at 50. Then go up and down, allow you to change one by one. Actually, you can keep going up like this. It's going to go 51, 52, 53, so on. We're going down by 49, 48, 47, so on. If you wish to change it by a larger number, you can push and hold and wait. Let's say we're on 50 right now. Push and hold allows us to go 60, 70, 80, 90 gradually. You can also push and hold to go down. That will go 40, 30. For example, the lowest cruise control speed you can set is going to be 30 kilometers. Another way to use this button is also pushing down. Directly down, you can see it's going to be pause or resume button. That means while you are driving on cruise control, there are two ways to cancel or temporarily pause your cruise control. One way is to press the brake. A very simple, gentle brake. That means the cruise control will be paused. Alternatively, you can just push this down to quickly pause it. Once the cruise control is paused, it's ready to resume or engage again. To engage or resume, all you need to do is just push down, that will resume. Alternatively, you can also go either up or down while it's on pause mode. That means it's going to be drive on your set speed, on your driving speed, instead of resume speed. If we're driving on 100, press this, means resume to 100. Or if I've traveled at 50, going up or down, it's going to reset at 50, for example. While you're on cruise control, you can also change your distance between you and the front vehicle. that distance is depended by the radar. It's not really by speed. So that means when we are driving on cruise control, we can just press this button. It will change the distance between us to the front vehicle. There are a total of 4 distance to change. Longer 4 means longer distance, 1 means shorter distance. It's up to you how you want to use it. You can tap it whenever you like, whenever you wish. And at any time, if you tap this button while the cruise control is engaged or paused, that means the cruise control is completely shut. You will need to engage. You need to press this button again to re-engage. If this is disengaged, going up and down, push this button does not work at all. Another thing I forgot to mention is your cruise control will follow the front vehicle come to a complete stop if necessary. Let's say you're driving 100 on motorway, your set speed is 100, the front vehicle is traveling at 80, ultimately slow down to 80 obviously, and if the front vehicle eventually put to a complete stop, your car will slowly come to a complete stop following your front vehicle. When it comes to a complete stop, there are 2 scenarios. If the vehicle in front of you moves within 3 seconds after it stops, your car will ultimately resume back to cruise control. You do not need to tap anything, brake or accelerator, nothing. That means the car will just ultimately resume back to whatever the cruise control setting you had. Second scenario, if the vehicle in front of you stop and then stopped for more than 3 seconds, and then it will resume back to traffic again, this is what you want to do. 2 ways to re-engage. One way is to push this down to resume function. That means you do not need to press the pedal or brake. The car will just resume back to whatever the cruise control you set. Second way is to simply tap the accelerator over there. Your vehicle pop up notice on the dashboard. All you need to do is just gently tap the accelerator and then the vehicle will resume back to cruise control. So yeah, that's how to work in stop-start traffic. Now the cruise control is down, we can quickly go through the few settings. First setting is called distance. Again, you can change the distance on your steering anyway, but here allows you to quickly change it before you engage the distance. It's going to show the distance between you and front vehicle. Again, there are 4 distance to change, close being 1, far being 4. Next is the acceleration. This acceleration is important. Let's say you are driving on cruise control and your set speed is 100, but the front vehicle is only traveling at 60, then your car will automatically slow down to 60 to follow the distance. And then suddenly the front vehicle changes lanes and now your lane is clear. It's going to accelerate to 100 since there's no vehicle in front of you. That means you can change how fast this acceleration is. If you do fast, it's going to be quite sporty pickup. If you do slow, it's going to be quite slow pickup. You can change. There are level 5, whatever you like. Medium is probably okay for most people. And the response speed means how response on the brake, on the acceleration you wish to be. Depends, again, this depends on your driving style, things like that. Whenever there is a lane change, or whenever there is let's say someone cutting in front of you, it's going to respond a little bit faster or slower and all that things. So this is really up to you. Slow means it's going to slowly or graduate, go up and down, and then quick means it's going to do a quick brake, things like that. So this is up to you. You can also reset driving style if you wish to. Next, we have the speed limit. So speed limit has a few settings. If you turn it off, obviously there's no more speed limit overall. If you go to speed limit warning, there will be a red light icon on your dashboard. That means the vehicle travels through an area, then it will see your speed sign. As long as it's properly displayed, then it will show you the speed limit in this area once you see the speed sign. Once it says the speed sign, either 100 or 50, it's going to give you a red light if your speed is over that speed limit threshold. So it's going to give you a small warning, things like that. You can change the tolerance, by the way. Over here, tolerance right now is 0. So that means if the speed limit is 100, if you go 101, it's going to show a red light instead of white light inside. But if you do 5, that means if your speed limit is 100, and if you reach 105, it's going to give you warning. It's not going to give you warning at 100 to 104, so to speak. So it's up to you whether you want to change this tolerance to minus or plus. That's totally up to you. Next one is called the speed limit assist. So this is quite different from the speed limit warning. It's going to see the speed sign over here. Once it says see the speed sign, it's going to limit your throttle performance. That means if your speed limit is 100, you're driving 100 km per hour right now, and you pressing the accelerator, the car is not allowing you to go over 100. Or you can set the tolerance again to 105, 110, whichever you like, based on the speed limit. So something some people prefer, but some may not like it, because when you want to overtake someone, it's going to be a little bit harder because you have to floor it to quickly override this speed limit control. So personally, I would stay on speed limit warning or stay off, depends on how you like it. But if you want to try this, more than welcome to do so. Next, we have the warning volume. So the warning volume, just basically anything pre-collision warning, emergency braking, things like that. You can change the volume to low or high. You can see this, including your blind spot detection, things like that. You can also engage haptic warning. That means your steering will do a small vibration when you have any danger, things like that going on. You can see driving safety priority, and that means if you have any other audio going on, it's going to lower the audio system and then prioritize the driving assistance warning, things like that. You can see parking safety priority as well. That means it's going to lower your audio volume when you are going to reverse. So that's something you can change. Next, we have the driver attention warning. So the driver attention warning just basically means two things. One thing is a swerving warning. If you don't take control of your steering or things like that, if you lose control of your steering, it's going to give you a warning, says you need to take a break. Second thing, leading vehicle departure alert. This is quite cool. If you are stopping at traffic lights and then the vehicle in front of you has moved away and you did not engage, anything like that, this will give you a warning. If you do not want to have that any of this, just disable. That's totally fine. It's up to you again. Next, we have the driving safety. So the driver safety, first one is called forward safety. So your forward safety means your forward collision warning and forward collision emergency braking if necessary. So if you do want to engage or disengage, you can do that. But I do believe for pretty much most countries, this function will stay on permanently as when you switch on the car, basically. Next, we have forward safety warning. So this is warning time is normal or later. So normal, just okay. Later, that means it's going to only give you warning just before you crash into the front vehicle, things like that. Very, very emergency braking. So again, that's up to you. Next one is lane safety. Lane safety is your lane departure warning and lane departure assist. That means when you drive over 60 km per hour on the motorway, the vehicle sees the line marking in front of you. If you are going to bounce left or bounce right, that before you bounce over the line marking, the steering gives you a very small turn. And while it's turning, if it's still not enough, you can still override it, by the way. You're still the driver, and then it will give you a warning if you go over your line marking. So vibration and small beep sound if you switch them on. So it's up to you whether you want to have it or not. And regarding the lane safety, I believe it's automatically switched on even if you switch off this time. So that's going to be the same with pretty much most of the new Kias due to the safety regulation. And when that function is on, you'll see a gray light over there. That means the function is ready. When you drive to 60 km per hour on motorway, the function will turn to green. That means it's going to be engaged and ready to go for you. Or you can turn it off. It will show orange light. I'll show you here. So this is the button to turn that on and off, but you do need to push and hold. So press and hold. There we go. Orange light, that means it's off. You can see lane safety is off. Push and hold again. It's back on. It's grey light, that means it's ready to engage. Additionally, on top of the lane safety, you can also engage the steering assist. So single tap this button, the steering button is on. Again, grey light means ready. When you drive to open road or not open road, just any road surface, as long as the lane marking is accurate, the vehicle will try to follow the lane in the center to give you very small adjustments on your steering or for following the front vehicle, whether it's on cruise control or non-cruise control. This function you have to engage whenever you switch on the vehicle. So tap this, switch off, tap this, switch on, or push and hold to switch the lane safety on and off. Next is your blind spot safety. So when you have blind spot safety on, that means your wind mirror over there and wind mirror over here will have indicator on the side. So it's going to give you a warning if someone is traveling behind you from left or right. And If you do indicate at the same time while the blind spot is engaged and is detected some vehicle, it's going to give you a flash and beeping sound. So that means you know there's a vehicle coming behind you. Next one is the exit safety. So that means just before you open the driving door, if there's a moving vehicle coming behind you, when you stop, then it's going to give you a flash and all that things. Just give you a warning that someone is actually coming behind you. So that's quite handy. For these features, you can turn it off, turn it on whenever you like. Next, we have parking safety. Under the parking safety, we have camera settings. You can see the camera selection. The first one is extend rear camera use. So that means when you put the vehicle on reverse, it will show the reverse camera. And when you put the vehicle in drive, then you can see a little bit more of the reverse camera before you drive to a certain speed. So that means just give you an extended view time, basically. If you do not want it, that's fine. Take it off. Reverse, camera on. Forward, camera off straight away. If you have a 360 camera, this will apply to that as well. Rear view camera reference lines, just you can see the indicator lines. When you put on reverse, you can see how wide your vehicle is or how close to objective, things like that. If you do not wish to have those lines, that's fine. Take it off, you can still see the camera. Next one, we have auto parking distance warnings. So it just means parking sensors is engaged. So when you reverse out of car parking, and then or going forward, if you have forward sensor equipped, it's going to give you beeping sound. It's going to show you the measurement between you and the objective, your vehicle between the objective. So again, quite handy. I don't think you want to disengage that. Rear safety, you can consider this as like going forward. It's going to give you emergency braking, things like that. This is in case going back. But also it sees the wider view. So let's say you are reversing and someone's coming across you, or you are likely to crash into something or someone. Eventually, it's going to give you a warning first and then harsh braking at the very last second. It's very emergency use. You only do this, you only need this when you have seatbelt on, things like that. So just a small warning. If you don't wish to have it, just press off. Last one is called the rear cross traffic safety. So that means if you're reversing, someone is crossing behind you, whether it's a car, a bike, or even someone running, your indicator light on your window will flash and give you some beeping sound. So just to let you know, just slow down when you reverse, as some may cross behind you, so to speak. So that means you want to slow down, have a second look again before you reverse again. So that's the rear cross traffic alert. Thanks for watching. That's the end of this video. Hope you enjoyed the contents. If you do, please subscribe and like to support this small channel. As always, I'll see you next video.